What's up, guys? Alright, so today's lesson is just gonna be a quick one. Today what I'm gonna be teaching you about is I'm gonna be teaching you about el curanderismo. Wait, did I say that correctly? Curanderismo. There we go, curanderismo. And what that is basically is it's like a healing thing, but without any medicine. So if you don't know what I mean by that, usually you take medicine to heal, right? Like, when you're sick, or when you have a cut or something like that. But this is the opposite. This is the opposite. So instead of using medicine to heal yourself, you would use plants or tea mixed with honey, or tomatoes or onions, or whatever it is. Whatever you can find to heal yourself, that's what this is, pretty much. And those 4 examples that I provided, I'm going to be teaching you about all 4 of those examples today. So let's get right into it. So the first one that I'm going to be teaching you about is plants. Whenever you have a blister, or if your arm is burning from a cut, or something bit you, you can take a certain type of plant. You can take a certain type of plant, apply it to your arm. Apply it to your arm, and you can wash your arm while the plant is on there. Now keep in mind, when you do this, if you have a cut or something like that, when you put the plant on your arm, the combination of soap and water mixed in with the plant, it's gonna burn like hell. It literally is gonna burn. But you'll be happy. But you'll be happy in the end, because whatever you have, either a cut or a blister or a wound, etc., that plant will heal it for you, and it's gonna be all gone. So that's the plant method. Now let's get into the tea method. The tea method. Okay, so whenever you have a sore throat, usually you drink stuff to help soothe the soreness and the swelling of the throat. Usually when I have a sore throat, I just drink Gatorade, and that usually helps. But a common tradition that people do is they'll take tea, they'll make tea, put some honey in it, and then they'll drink that, and that literally soothes the pain of the sore throat. I don't know if it cures it or not. I don't know if it cures it or not, but what they would do is they would make some tea, they would add honey in it, they would drink it, and that'll help the sore throat. Now I actually did something very similar to this back in the day, when my throat was hurting, not like a regular sore throat. It was hurting pretty bad. I didn't have strep throat. It was just hurting really bad. So what I did is I got this black tea, and I forgot the name of it, so I'm just gonna call it black tea for now, because it does have an actual name. I just forgot the name of it, because this happened many years ago when I was young. So I got this black tea, right, and I drank it a little by little, and then guess what? That helped my sore throat. It didn't cure it, it just helped soothe the pain. So like tea is a very good alternative to sore throats if you want to relieve swelling of the throat. So that's the tea method. Now the next method, this one's kind of gross, to be honest. But it works. Believe me, it works. Now, like, I think this happens, like, when you have, like, a fever or something. I don't know. I forgot what this works with. But, like, from my memory, I think it's like a fever. So, like, whenever you have, like, like, a fever or something like that, or, like, like, when you're feeling sick or whatever, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but either take sliced up tomatoes, take some tomatoes, slice them up, and literally put them in, oh my gosh, slice up some tomatoes, take off your socks, and put the tomatoes under your feet. I'm serious. That works. That literally works. I'm being so serious with you. Take some tomatoes. As gross as it sounds, it really works. Take some tomatoes. Slice them up. Take your socks off and put the tomato slices under your feet. That literally works. I'm telling you. And this was like a common tradition back in the Spanish-speaking countries as well. Now, the fourth and final method is kind of like the tomato method. It's kind of like the same thing, but this time, it's used with onions. So like, it's pretty much the same thing as it sounds. Slice up some onions, take off your socks, and put them underneath your feet. And the tomatoes and the onions will get rid of the extra toxins in your body. Trust me, as gross as it sounds to hear this, it really works. So that's pretty much the lesson. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the lesson, pretty much. How to cure, if you have a cut or like an illness or whatever, without using medicine. Because this is how people did it, back in the days. I don't think medicine was around back then, but this is how people would do it. So, I mean, medicine was probably around back then, but this is how most people would do this. Instead of taking medicine, they would find a plant or drink some tea, or cut up some tomatoes or onions or whatever and put them on their feet. So that's pretty much it. So yeah, guys. So that's it. And I hope you enjoyed this. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out.